Hey everybody, how are you? It is, well, now it's June 12th now technically, but I finally finished up most of my day and my work, so just kind of checking in with everybody for hope you had a wonderful June 11th of 2025. I'm going to invite Crook as well. Let me see here, Crook. I wanted to thank Regina tonight and just share her 2 videos. And also just to see if anybody is on because it's really late, but like I saw Martin G was still he's still doing his live. So I thought, oh, let's see if anyone's still up. I need to do a different default text for my what do you call it? When I go live. But yes, I hope everybody had a great day. It was very pretty today. Very beautiful. Where's my crook? Where'd he go? Where are you, crook? I was waiting for you. Or I should say, I'm waiting for you. Let me give him a call and see if he's coming on. Let's check out. What's I gonna see? Let's check out Martin G. Johnson for a minute, see what he's talking about.
That America, regardless of what our immigration laws are, why should we make it easy for anybody to come in? You cannot do that anywhere else in the world. Let's be real. Let's be real. You cannot just simply go and be a part of somebody else's
Let's see who's in the chat tonight.
land or whatever because you just want to be there and you feel like you got the money or you follow the rules. They still have the they can still decide if they want to be there or not.
Know.
I don't see why that's so hard for us to comprehend. In addition to that, you have to have control.
Love it.
I don't know why we want to be, all that kumbaya stuff and, the overuse of the word have some humanity and all that foolishness. I think that as Americans, we're so spoiled and we have the privilege of not having to worry truly about the dangers of letting enemies in. We've been living way more comfortable than other people have around the world. So you don't really understand the importance of protecting your home
Interesting. Okay.
because in the last, what, 56, 50, 40 years or so,
So that is what they're talking about this evening. So Martin G. Johnson's talking Trump. I know I haven't followed too closely, but I know that there have, Trump is going really doing illegal use of our own military on our own people. Excuse me. And ICE is just part of that fascism. But I wanted to go over. I wanted to thank Regina. She did a report yesterday. So let's start with that one. She did an update on the dog. What do you call it? The mauling, the dog mauling. All right. Okay. Yes. Let's try this again. So again, this is just an update on the mauling story.
Just steps from her home in Harvey, and on top of the injuries, which you see here, her home was recently boarded up by the city.
Regina Waldrop is here now with more on this exclusive story.
Yeah,
She's been following it for weeks now, and you had some action happen today, Regina.
Yeah, we did have some positive action, Marion and Alex, but just imagine that you're in the hospital, you've undergone 7 surgeries after losing most of your left foot. Then you get the news that your home has suddenly been boarded up with all of your stuff inside. That is exactly what happened to Harvey resident Donna Hale. And also, for the first time, we're seeing some of the body cam footage from the.
Okay. So if you are just tuning in, or if you did not hear in the administration that there's no animal control. So, they just let strays and all sorts of animals and stuff just roam the street. And these 2 Rottweilers severely injured her, and she lost her foot. Add insult to injury, and in this report, she's going to tell us how the city of Harvey boarded up her back and front door at her home. So can you imagine? The city doesn't do their job. They don't care. They let animals roam the streets. So these animals attack you. You end up losing your foot. And then you come home to your home, and they boarded up your front and your rear door. This is crazy. So crazy.
That change.
Will have to heal on its own because it is not taking skin grafts. So we hope for the best.
Donna's sister says she came to her home to check on it. That's when she found the front door and back door boarded up. This door was broken.
And they come out and they board up her home with no explanation whatsoever. And then I started making
Do you
calls.
believe that?
I called to the building department, and the building department told me they had absolutely no paperwork to board this home up. And if they were going to go around just boarding up homes, they'd have a whole lot more homes boarded up in the city. That's what I say.
Mm-hmm.
Even on this block, that's what I say.
Have you seen other homes?
Let me make sure to. Yeah, if you guys can just let me know if the audio is working. I'm going to reshare here. Let's try this again. It said the audio dropped. So, yes, this poor lady already betrayed by the city leaders because her, being attacked by these dogs, because there's no animal control in Harvey, even though we pay taxes for it. And then they board up her house, and then her sister calls the building department, and the building department says, "Oh, we don't know anything about that. These politicians got to go."
Board went up, then came down. A spokesman referred us to this statement that says, in part, the city of Harvey's the home, workers found both the front door open, unsecured structure. City workers had no prior knowledge that the property belonged to Ms. Donna Hale. The city will continue to monitor the property.
The house has deadbolts. They could not have gotten into the residence to see if anybody lived there because there are deadbolts on the doors.
So Donna's sister says their father is in the process of buying this home, and it does need some TLC they hope to address after.
So one of my questions, though, when I saw it is, so if the city did board it up, which we know they did, because you saw the city of Harvey, that same sticker they put on the buildings they board up, it says like no trespassing. But then Cheryl, Donna's sister, confronts the building department and they deny it. It's like, what in the? At least to own up to what you did. Hey, Foxy. Hey, how are you? I'm trying to do a short live tonight since it's so late, but yeah, so it's more craziness, but I think Regina did a pretty good job on this report. Let's let her finish here.
After Donna's healed and also done with rehab, which could take months.
At least she doesn't have to deal with the boarding up of the home anymore, and she can just focus on her health.
That's right. It was upsetting, but she has to focus on getting better.
Yeah.
Yes, isn't that crazy? Absolutely crazy, guys. So thank you, Regina, for sharing that follow-up. Oh, there you are, Crook. I'm like, what the heck happened to you? I know you're Night Owl, Foxy. Oh my gosh, you would be horrible for my sleep schedule if I allowed you. You would just keep me up all night between you and Crook. Yeah, Crook, I thought I totally lost you. So that was great. Thank you so much, Regina, for doing that great follow-up on the mauling. And we wish Donna and her family, continued recovery, and at least her house is not boarded up now. Oh my gosh, Christopher Clark and his 4 alder yes men, they're useless. Okay. Then I wanted to share this other story that just came out today on NBC5. So this is a Harvey neighbor of mine. She lives in East Harvey, and her name is Glynis. She was ticketed $500 last November. She didn't do anything wrong at all. Like, she's extremely polite lady. You have a right in a public meeting. You have a right to speak out. You have a right to be upset. You have a right to even make noise and disruption. But she didn't. She just said something very quiet under her breath. And one of the police officers, told her she had to leave, and then they ticketed her $500, I think, for disorderly conduct. So let's watch that report. It's pretty crazy too.
disorderly conduct.
Sorry, guys, is it getting through? Come on. What is wrong with this thing? There. Yeah, I was gonna say now the comments come through too. Believe they do it in Flint, Michigan at the bear board meetings. Maybe not the $500, but have them escorted out and arrested. Yeah, it's so crazy. It's like these are our basic rights as citizens, you know? There we go. Okay, now it's working. Now you can see it.
Some YouTube video from the day in question.
Video from that was I think I posted it on the Harvey Historical Society page. I always video the meetings because I don't trust the city. They will sometimes they just don't post any video, or sometimes they'll edit things out that they don't want you to see. So that's why another reason why I think it's important to video public meetings, and I encourage everybody to.
Please come to order. Please come to order. Please come to order.
I'm sitting there and I said whatever I said under my breath. And I look up and the police officer's standing in front of me and says, "Can you come with me?" I don't think I did anything, not anything that required me being escorted out of the meeting. It wasn't public comment yet. In the course of most meetings, that people, it's not right, stuff to that nature, that should be within our purview of our rights to say.
Hey Laura, oh thank you for joining. I appreciate that so much. Thank you, Miss Laura. Laura says, "Hey guys, I saw you guys. I just peeked a little bit at Martin G's show on. Looks like he was discussing Trump, which is cool. So if you just joined, hey Brian, can you send a link here? Oh, to join? Sure. Give me 1 second. Here we go. Invite. I have to be careful with you guys, otherwise, you can keep me up till 3. I was up late last night. You've been saving up. Oh, thank you. So I could produce on the backboards. Yes, totally. Gotcha. I getcha. Laura says, "Woohoo!" Foxy went on Martin. Oh, okay. I have to say, Martin was friendly, very polite. When he covered Harvey meeting Monday, it was a real pleasure to see him. I saw Tyrone Muhammad. He gave me his card. I had never. I guess he has a channel too. I'll have to check that out. I had never met him, so I didn't really know too much about Tyrone, but I was enjoying. He was filming the city council meeting on Monday behind me, and he was making some really accurate comments. I think for someone who I don't know if he's ever been to a Harvey meeting, like when the mayor was praying, was doing the how they do the overkill on the prayers, and he's like substitute. I'm like, yeah. All right, let's let Glynis finish her story. And welcome, Crook. Welcome, welcome. Oops, sorry. I just wanted to rewind it a little bit so you can see. Whoop. What? Whoop. Okay, I'm back. I don't know what happened. That was weird. Can you guys hear me? Hey, Foxy.
Oh, hello,
Hey,
Ryan.
Foxy. Hey, so you were on Martin, huh?
Yes, I was on there. They was talking about he was talking about the immigrants and the deportation and the riot. And I had to bring it up to him that, we're so focused on, the deportation and everything, but they're not looking at what else they're doing. And sometimes you got to look at on the outside. It's the same way with Harvey. They're looking at other things and not looking at what's actually going on in Harvey.
Oh, right, right. Yeah, exactly.
You got to
Um,
look at, they're going, it's called deflection. They keep giving everybody deflection, and you're not looking at the real, what's going on, really going on under, behind closed doors. I'm sorry. I'm still baffled. Maybe you can help me. I'm still scratching my head. Even right now, it's talking to you. I'm scratching my head. How in the hell you have a mayor that don't know what the treasurer is doing, but then
mm.
yet you say she's a elected official. You you have no you have no say on what she's doing, but how you don't know from the treasurer where the money is going? So it's got
he
to
he
so
does.
it's got to be something behind the
He's
closed
a
door,
big liar, Foxy.
right?
I
So
mean,
then I
you know
figured
that
out.
by now.
So
We
then
just
I
had a
figured out
board
that
meeting tonight, actually, and the treasurer was with Colby, my alderman.
all
She
right.
like her meetings have more, even though Clark and his minions hide a ton of information from her too, and she's an alderwoman. But still, even still, like I always appreciate her meetings. They honestly, that's where I get probably more information than any other public meetings in Harvey. And like I said, she doesn't even know a lot, but that is just how horrible and poor the communication is here. Where and that's how they want it, right? They don't want us to know anything. If we don't know what they're doing, it's harder for us to hold them accountable. So, I mean, it's definitely done purposefully. But Laura, what did you mean? Don't ever trust thumbnails? I don't know what that means.
Okay, Laura says she has a have a question for me. She said, "Thank God you on too. I need to explain a few things. Foxy can help."
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Yeah, and can you tell us what you meant, Laura, by the
Yeah, because I need
um,
to know what I
by
can
the
help with.
thumbnails? I was like, I didn't get that comment. Don't ever trust thumbnails. Everything is charged racially. No offense. Okay, I just didn't understand that.
I keyed in, went live. Me and Minion went live. We saw you. Look, we saw your pro ah press
Press
conference.
conference?
We
Yeah.
liked it. You did good. Then me and Minion was laughing because you went in on clock ass. I was like, get him, girl, get him, boy, get him.
Wait, was that for which one? Was for the public comment? You mean?
Yes, you went in his ass, and then when you went at homeboy, I said, "Ooh, ooh!" Me and Minion was about to go, "Ooh, ooh, ooh, ooh! Get him, get him!" I was laughing. Me and Minion was dying laughing, like, get him!"
Oh, I'm so glad you guys enjoyed it.
Oh
I
no,
know.
we saw it to the end. Look, we watched it from the beginning to the end. We was all down. Look, you got to realize, me and Minion are down with you all. We are here to help as much as possible. We're
Oh,
going to
thank
bring
you.
awareness as much as possible because it's enough is enough with him. And
Mm.
he got on there when, look, found out, listen to Jed, that he had made a deal with Jed for y'all to have. And I said, Jed, he only did that so he can show that, to prove to you that he's a good guy. But he's gonna go back to his same old self. You can't look. Pepper ain't gonna change his spots.
Right.
So he playing you. But I mean, that's
Mhm.
up to Jed what he decides. How they decide to do it, how they gonna work it out together. That's between them two. But I'm still gonna be with Kobe. I'm still gonna stay on his damn neck. You might fool some people some of the time, but you can't fool all the people all the time. And you didn't fool shit with me because I already know your game plan. You
Right.
playing the game, and I saw it through the interview. So no, no,
Mhm.
no, no. But I was happy, boy. You dove into his ass, and then you dove into a homeboy, the Tyrone's ass. I said, get him. Look, me and Minion were like, ooh, 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 get him, Ryan, get him. Look, man, we back there. Look, we were your big cheerleaders.
No, I so appreciate it. Yeah, I was gonna say I would we should do a watch together. I was gonna have after the this Regina video, I was gonna have Crook share because I don't know, Crook, you must have found it from someone else's feed, but it was a pretty good video of my comments, and I was just laughing at myself too, because I
And
had
you know,
seen
you hit that,
myself from a
you
different
hit that
angle.
podium. You said, "Don't you laugh!" I said, "Get him, get him."
Yeah, yeah, they thought it was funny in the April 28th. Well, because here's the thing that I was explaining, and then I'll get to your question,
Do
Laura.
you know Shanita?
Yeah,
Okay,
what?
I'm still shocked on who's Shanita.
Yeah, tell us, Laura. Explain.
Help me, Laura. Who is Shanita?
Or you can come on too if you want, Laura. If you want to talk. It's up to you.
Look,
Um,
I almost know. I almost know everybody. I know all the people on the board. Look, I know all the people on the board with Harvey. I know all the people on the board with Flint, and I stand on all of them neck. Ain't nobody sliding through. I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say and do what I'm gonna do. Hey, no. No, right is wrong is wrong. And I'm so sick and tired of people using the police department to weaponize. Flint doing the same thing. Flint is weaponizing their police department on their residents there too. And the police union is tired of. They said they're tired of them using them as weapons towards the resident. This is
mm.
the police union talking about Flint. So I'm like,
Oh, really?
yes.
So even the police themselves are saying that they're tired of it. Oh,
Right, they're tired of it because you using us, the
mm,
politicians, the mayor and the board. Every time somebody says something, they're doing the same thing. This is your first warning. If you get a second warning, we're gonna put you out. And
mm,
they're not may not. I don't know if they charge them a fine, but they have them arrested or escorted out of the building the same way. Last
mm,
time they had a big old fight, not this meeting, but the meeting before that, they had a bunch of shoving and pushing because the people rared up because they were going after an elderly man and a young lady because they were speaking out. And this one of the yeah, Laura, you're right. Jed said Neely had people following him. Yeah, Jed was saying tonight that he had some young people to follow him to see what he was doing and report back to him.
Now, wait, who's Neely? Oh, is that someone from Flint?
That's the mayor of Flint.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
So he had young
I'm
people to
so
follow him
misrepresented the Flint
so
area.
they can report back to Neely, the mayor, of what they're doing. And I said, okay, Jed, you don't think that the one in Harvey ain't doing the same damn thing to you? Come on. Look,
Well,
Clark.
it's going to be interesting, the stuff with Judd and Clark, because since they're both such scammers. I'm like, I wonder who is going to uh I'm like, I wonder who's going to end up getting anything because they both would try to scam each other if they could.
Right. Laura, hit the link. Hit the link and come on up. All you gotta do is hit the link and get into it, and then he'll bring you up. Use your Google and come on up. But yeah, it. Okay, who's that with the basketball?
Oh, that's Crook. Yeah, Crook.
Hey, Crook.
You can
What up,
talk.
Foxy?
Hey, there he is.
Man, Crook. That man is.
Um,
Look, you got Crooked County. He crooked than you are.
Laura says it's very confusing. Queens. Yeah, it is. Well, let's. No, you can come on if you want, Laura. I'm not gonna do a private right now. Oh, but if you wanted to do, like, if you do come on, Laura, then there is a little option for a private chat. So, which I do drop the link. Yes, yeah. If you go up, if you scan, or I can here, I'll just paste it again. I was gonna say I shared it earlier, but I'll share it again. And then let's just finish this Regina video of my neighbor. Hold on one second.
Okay, let's check out the neighbor.
So so the poor lady, she just whispered something, quietly to herself, and they escorted her out and they gave her this $500 ticket. So,
but look at you. You was whispering, telling us what was going on the live, and they did you the same way. So it's like, he.
Mhm.
I mean, it's just ridiculous. Look. I be paying about $2,000 or $3,000 a month because I be at the courthouse all the damn time because I be going against his ass every damn time.
Right. Oh yeah. No. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. So so this is more of Glynis.
Disorderly conduct. Judgment date December 20th. Amount due $575.
So we reached out to the city spokesperson about this and hoping to get an interview or statement from the mayor. He never called us, but the city attorney, she did.
My name is Carrie Lynn Craftifer. I am.
So, sorry, I have to pause it for a second. So, a lot of reporters have spoken to Clark. So I don't know why Clark won't speak to Regina. That was really weird. That was very strange. So he sent the lawyer to talk to her.
The city attorney for the city of Harvey. People can say whatever they want, and people have said whatever they want during the public comment section of Harvey City Council meetings. He warned the members of the public several times that if they continue to disrupt the meetings would be cleared. And he will not allow people to disrupt the city council meetings.
The Illinois
And that lady is paid, and that her firm, again, I'm going to put it in the chat. And for those of you that are watching later, I know it's late right now, but if you're going to watch this at a later. So Ansel Glink is the law firm.
Foxy, hit the back chat.
Of Speaker of the
I'm looking at it,
House, Chris Welch. And they were a.
I'm not sure, Cook, who you're talking about.
Did it put Chris
Yeah,
Welch?
give me a little more information.
And then they were huge donors for Christopher Clark, and that lady, Carrie Lynn. I mean, oh my God, her and that company, Ansel Glink, they make so much money off of us. And then our mayor is the same one who loves to cry poor. We don't have enough money, blah blah blah. So it's just ridiculous. It's crazy. Now the ACLU gives a quote here, and you can tell me what you think, but I didn't like. I think they sounded really wimpy about people's rights, but you can listen and see.
Open Meetings Act requires the public comment section, but does give municipalities and does give governmental bodies at all levels the ability to be able to engage in their business and the business of the people they represent without disruption. The fine is a little bit of an unusual thing, and I think again is something that the village might just want to reconsider, because again the punishment here seems to be being escorted out of the meeting.
Yeah, my poor neighbor, you can see she was like, what in the world? Why are you having me leave?
See, that's the thing.
Her window to appeal
Angela
has closed, and again,
she's gonna be
she
on
says she's not planning to pay the ticket or hire an attorney, but she says she will continue doing her city. And
wait, say it again.
I say he's not going to talk to her
What did you say,
directly.
Foxy?
He's not going to talk to her directly because he feels that the same way she dug into Tiffany and did her investigative, journalist on her.
Yeah, but
She's
yeah, I
going
was
to
gonna
do the
say
same thing to
maybe
him.
he's intimidated.
Yes, he's intimidated
Yeah, it's
by
very
her.
strange
He is
because I'm
intimidated
like
by
he's
her.
spoken to
And what's the
others.
other? What's the other? Uh, Brad, on the other reporter, Brad. Remember how
Oh,
he
Ben
came at
Bradley.
Tip? Ben Bradley. He's intimidated
Yeah,
by them
Ben.
because they're
Yeah,
thorough. They're very thorough when they
maybe
do their
because he's
report.
talked to other reporters. That's why when I heard that, I was like, wait a minute, Chris Clark, for all of his claiming how he's so wonderful and he runs the city so perfectly, of like, why can't you talk to Virginia? I mean, to Regina. It was crazy, but okay, hold on. We're almost done.
Harvey City Council meetings. Marion?
I know you'll stay on top of it. Thanks so much. Appreciate it, Regina.
Oh, okay, that was it. Yeah, so that was very quick. So yeah, my poor neighbor. Crook, do you want to bring up my video? That'll probably be the last thing I'll do. Or the last video I was going to share tonight. Bring it up, Crook. Because you have it actually. I don't. You have the video from that one angle. Boop, beep, beep, beep. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't even see this with Laura. Oh, okay. Hey, Laura. Oh, wait. Is Laura with us?
She was with us. She's not on there now.
Oh, okay. Hey, Laura.
And it'd be easier to have them know in advance. Also, we should have, when the staff report, every once a month, maybe break them up in half, not all of them to be able to say first. And
Laura
then
wants to look in
they
the
should have
private.
some to
Yeah.
say. Last time they were like, no report. There's got to be something going on in every department. But something, maybe there's 2 sentences. At least let us know that they're doing something that's for the city. And the minutes, you always say no old business, but nothing reported what was there. Because I don't come every meeting, but the people that come from really seniors of Harvey, the most ones come, and they should be able to see what was discussed. They got to write word for word, but some highlights of what was discussed, where they don't have to repeat something that they weren't aware of. So it'd be better if and we need to be able to, this diversity community is going to read the verse of the Mexicans and Irish. We need to bring them into the chambers because they're trying to get political school districts and stuff like that. So we need to make some type of information to get out to them where they can be participating in the city of Harvey moving forward. And also, I'd like to speak on public works. They do a great job. I think the staff is much more than we had before. Because I see 20 and 30 guys out there cleaning these lots, empty stuff, and they really do a hard job. And I don't know how they got a lot of tasks. Because I see a lot of highways and everything all over Harvey. And I've been here since 69, as 8 years old. And I've seen the good times and the bad times. But also, when you staff give reports, they need to give something. And one more thing I had. When we need to get, I'll have a suggestion where we can get young kids, like we could have a program where we have a scholarship for high school, public high schools, and all the 8th grades going to high school. And you can do that fun at a meeting and say $5 and give a raffle for $15 to whoever come and spend $5 and have a chance to get a raffle ticket. And that'd be
Clark is in Sweden, Mr. Clark. Or you can look us up. We're interested in indicting these officers. We're interested in working with the accountability boards and the state of Illinois to have these folks indicted. If you don't believe me, then check my record because I've stood up against governors. I stood up against fallen police officers. Take it to heart.
Yeah, that was Amir. Do you guys, wait, you can pause it for 1 second. Do you guys know Amir? So that was Amir. He came to Harvey and he helped us. He had approached me, and he wanted to do like a press conference. So we did one like a few months ago with him. I don't know him super well. I know that he and Jed got into it. Amir used to go by Greg, I think was his former name, Bishop Greg. I forget the last name, but they both worked on the Kanika Jenkins case. And on one of the videos, I think that Conscious or somebody shared, but you can see where Amir, now he goes by Amir, the gentleman in the cap, but Amir and Jed, got into it. But I thought he brought up valid points. I didn't think he was disrespectful to Jed at all. He just said, Jed, look, a lot of us have been here on the ground working to help the family of Kanika Jenkins, and then Jed, you came in and you said, oh, you guys aren't doing anything. Look, I'm gonna bring in the change and start doing stuff, and everybody else doesn't matter. And I mean, I think Amir made some valid points. So I only learned that because of, like I said, there was another YouTuber that shared it. I didn't even know. So sorry, but yeah, you can you may proceed.
The last thing that I want to say, Mr. Clark, is I hope you never forget the day when you bastardized your office.
All right, Amir.
And then here's me in my little rainbow wear. I did my best to wear my colors for Pride Month.
Okay, good evening, everyone. So first of all, I'm wondering why the mayor was such a coward as to schedule a media interview at the same time as a press conference that we scheduled at 6 p.m. I wonder if it has something to do with the fact that I was discussing about his disgusting, perverted, incorrect, illegal allegations that were made on April 28th. Actually, that was the same night my elder one was arrested. He said that I had inappropriate sexual something or other with my students when I taught at Thornton, which is, like I said, disgusting. It's not right. He said that because he wanted to teach us a lesson, quote unquote, about allegations because we have no proof of things that he's done. Well, actually, we do. We still don't have any receipts. You can see all the people you've arrested for no reason. We can clearly see you're extorting businesses and churches. You give people fines all the time for retaliation. How can you be a city mayor and make such horrible allegations, What's really sad is what actually happened at Thornton is that I was being bullied mercilessly for being a gay teacher. And administration didn't respond. So another thing I said is, well, all that's confidential. Now, I shared some of that information, but there's plenty I didn't share with Mr. Clark. How did Mr. Clark gain access to that confidential information about a District 205 employee and about minors in District 205? Does it maybe have something to do with someone that he knows very well in District 205 that I will not name? You can do your research.
Booyah.
And Tyrone and Delaney, first of all, why are you laughing? You have been accused of sexually, violently going after women so many times, and it is not rumors, sir. Don't you dare laugh at me again. And you can't even look at me, because you know it's true. And Delaney Smith, you work for the Illinois Department of Children and Family Services, and you throw out allegations, false allegations that I sexually went after a child. Delaney Smith, look at me in the face. You don't even have the guts, do you?
No, she was staring like down in her lap. And they thought it was so funny to laugh on April 28th when everybody had left for the mayoral comment. I was one of the few non-Clark supporters that was left because I always do my video. And then they were laughing. She's looking at the camera like, as they're accusing me of these horrible sexual crimes. They were just having a good old time. They just thought it was like this big game. And then that night they were like, they both neither of them had anything to say. Isn't that interesting?
You gotta report her because don't you think her boss should know that?
Yeah,
I think that's pretty serious, especially since she's a mandated reporter. Finally, shame on all of you. It's Pride Month. I'll stand up for the LGBT black youth. I just went to a fashion show at Thornton High School, and they were there, and they did a great job. Did you know the rates of suicide and homelessness are sky high amongst the black community and the LGBT community? We are here. We live with you. We're your neighbors. We're your family. You cannot ignore us. These youth look to you, and you have failed. Shame on you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't mean to get this.
Departmental reports.
And then he went on rapping away about he's not
into-
gay, he's not against the gay, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, you lying your ass off, because I looked at the video, I saw what Ryan showed. I seen the video. You did come at him, and then you're gonna stand there. Well, I ain't never said that. I'm like, you the lying is. I say you and Tiffany are neck and neck or lying. Y'all wouldn't know the truth and slap you in the face.
And he knew that he was totally embarrassed. The media was there. It's Pride Month. I knew he was going to say something at the end. I told one of the cameramen that too in the back, because I was taking video in the back. But he said, "Oh, we have to go. I have to go anyway." I'm like, "Okay, whatever." Because I said, "Well, don't leave before the mayoral comments," because he always puts his foot in his mouth. Like those. That's usually sometimes that's the best part of the meeting, you know. And I knew he would say some BS. He's like, "Oh, I never said that." It's like, we have you on video. You're such an idiot.
About it. He went on and on. Then what got me is I was telling I said what I said. I say he's never let them speak this long. He's never not interrupted them. Never. Then he prayed going in. He has never prayed at the beginning of the meeting. And then pray at the end of the meeting talking scripture. I said, man, who you fooling? Who you fooling? We done seen all the meetings. Not one damn time have you did all of that you doing tonight. And now you want to sit back. I want to pray. I want to do the scriptures. I'm like, man, please. That's why everybody start walking out, because you're fake and you're lying. You ain't never done that. She said, I said, never. I said, go back and look at it. So she called me today. She said, you were right. I said, I told you. All of that was phony, because he know he was going to get back to Jed. And he had made an agreement with Jed that he was going to do all these things. And he wanted Jed to be happy that he did all that. And the news media was there, and he was trying to show off for the news media like he's a good old mayor. He don't do nothing wrong. He's a religious man. He's saved and sanctified and filled with the Holy Ghost. And he's a devil.
To me, I don't even think that that's attractive. Like I agreed with what's his name, Tyrone Muhammad, because he was in the back at the end, and he just started walking out, and he was like, separation of church and state, separation of church and state. And then the mayor got angry with him and whatever.
Yeah, I heard that.
I was like applauding. I was like, good. Like, that's what we need people to come. Like, that's why I said it's useful to have outsiders to come and help push those boundaries. Because I don't really follow Tyrone. I do want to check out some of his videos. But, you know, it's nice when that happens, because, like I said, you know, they push. It's helping to push those boundaries, you know what I mean? And you could tell Clark was like super upset that he was saying all that. But
yeah, he was. And Vivian left, and Vivian said, all this bull. Vivian was even talking about it, and she going out the door. She was like, I'm leaving too, because he know he ain't. She was fussing that she was going out the door, because he ain't never did none of that shit before. And then all of a sudden you wouldn't get up there. Oh, I want to talk about the scripture. The scripture said, and then I want to pray and preach. I said, man, go sit down somewhere.
I feel like the more guilty Clark feels, or the more he knows he's doing bad things, the more time he takes to pray and talk about spiritual things. Yeah, it's almost like, well, if I talk about God enough, then maybe it'll, you know, my sins will be forgiven, or people will forget about the bad things I've done. And I'm just like, Clark, it doesn't work that way. No,
that was all show.
Right.
No, he don't pray. He don't do none of that stuff. Take my word for it. He go to church because his family probably go to church on Sunday like most people do. Go to church on Sunday, get out of church. They either going to get a bottle, they're going to get some weed, they're going somewhere to do what they do, and he go home with his family and go back to cussing and fussing and acting a fool. But I'm so saved and sanctified for at least 3 hours. God should forgive me. Now I'll go back out here and blah 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 blah. He only doing that for show.
Yeah, I don't know who he thinks he's impressing, unless maybe there's some elderly people. I know we do have some more religious elderly people in the community. Maybe they're impressed by that, but I'm just to me it just that's very it's a huge turnoff. It's like
It ain't none of that. That was a old show because
mm,
right after that, Jed came up and was asking people, did he do this? Did he do that? And the questions that he was asking to get a response with everything he did that night. Did he allow them to clap? They say yes. Did he allow the people to talk without them interrupting? Yes. Did he allow him to do this? Yes. I'm like, see, that's why I say he was only doing it for show.
oh, yeah, I was gonna say, and I didn't even watch Jed's video after that, but I believe it. The thing is, I know now because of various things that Jed has said, like Jed's absolutely working with the mayor. I mean, absolutely. I have no doubt now. So it's sad, but it is what it is.
With the nice boy test.
What do you think about Colby being arrested? What did she do wrong? Why
Oh,
are they
that was a
arresting
good
my
video.
older woman?
That was her arrest last week, right?
Right, and he walked up there, and the guy he put his hand in his face because he said, "I don't know who he think he is, cause he ain't getting in there." And he got mad because he heard it, and that's when he started fussing at the guy and putting his hands in his face because he told him, "Who is he? Who he think he is? Who is he?" The door's closed, and he got mad and went off about it. Said, "Man,
And
please."
welcome, Laura. Yeah, you are on stage, so you're
What do you
welcome.
think?
I'm sorry, Laura. Say something.
We have two aldermen
Can you
right
guys
here.
hear
You
me?
always vote with Clark. Why do you
Yeah, we
always
can
vote
hear
with
you.
Hey,
Clark?
Laura.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yeah, we can hear you.
You can?
Yes, welcome.
Oh my
Welcome
God.
from what, Kentucky, right? Did I
Yep.
remember?
Yep.
I remembered. Welcome,
Can you hear
welcome.
me? Foxy, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, good old Kentucky.
No, girl, I'm country. I mean, country.
Country girl, country.
Yes, I'm a country girl. Yes, girl. Yeah. You come on down here and I will cook you up some fine, fine food.
Well, the
Ooh,
country
that
folks
sounds
can
good.
cook anyway. You know us. Look, I'm
Yeah.
from my family from North Carolina, so you know us country folks know how to cook.
Okay. I didn't know when you said you were from DC, I didn't know if you were born there or not.
I was born in D.C. and
Ah,
and I
wow.
lived in D.C. until I was my junior year of high school. Then I moved to North Carolina for 6 years, and then I moved back to D.C.
Oh,
My,
wow.
so my
Well,
family is, so I learned some of that country cooking, dumplings and
mhm.
fat
Yep.
back
Oh,
and
yeah. Listen, I learned how to make my dumplings from my great grandmother. My great grandmother.
Oh, so you got some recipes with history.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, way back. Listen, let's get to this. I have to get to this while we're all together so Ryan can understand what has happened.
Oh, sure. Yeah,
Okay,
mhm.
listen. She can help me and explain it, Ryan, in a way that is going to help you so much. We need to explain to him what happened with Conscious.
oh, okay. Ooh.
Because see, he's been drug into it, and now all of her people are, and I'm going to name them right here just so you'll know. It's that Tracy Newen or whatever. She's really, really, really just obnoxious. But see, Trina is one of Conscious followers. Okay. And Trina has caused so much chaos with everybody else that I used to be a subscriber. And I was for, I don't know, 6 months. And then I don't know what happened. Everything went to shit. I made a comment. I left a comment on a video, and I've still got the comment, just so you could see how outrageous it was. Because I called her a hypocrite. Because she was literally saying there's more information than just Tiffany out there, all these content creators don't have anything to talk about. But Tiffany, while she was on the screen, a video of Tiffany was on the screen while she was saying it. And I was just like, man, she's a hypocrite. And so I finally just put it on there. She attacked me personally, Ryan, for a whole episode. Some
Yeah,
of
she
the
did.
names. Thank you, Foxy. Thank you. See, Foxy can just back it up, and then you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about. Because it's Foxy. Maybe you'd be better at explaining it and breaking it down because you have a better relationship with Ryan and you know him better, so you know what he needs to know about it. But
I
it
already
had
warned
to.
him. I already warned him. He's already
Okay.
know. So go
Oh,
ahead.
he already knows.
Go ahead. Give him a little more detail.
Okay, well, I just wanted him to know how the dynamic with Jed was the really one that I was like, oh, Ryan, no, Ryan, no, don't go that way. But it's not all of her supporters. It's just some of them. Because like French, obviously, I'm like, oh, thank God, French has found Ryan. Ryan has found French, and here we all are. French
Yeah.
acts the same. French acts the same regardless of where we are. I'm in other chats with him. I speak with him. We're the same. Same with status quo. Same thing.
Mm.
But when I left, and Foxy, you may have to help me with the time frame because you understand all this stuff better. I just came in and got lost and got shoved under the bus and run over and kept going.
They ran
But
over you 2 or 3 times. Okay, go ahead,
girl,
baby.
they did, honey. They did. And I hope you know me better than that, my character. I'm
I
not,
I do.
okay. I mean, I can stir some shit, but do you consider me a shit stir? Honestly, Foxy.
No, no, you're
Okay.
not a shit starter. Now that one, conscious, yeah, that's a shit starter.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
You,
Oh,
keep going.
Ryan, this is what I wanted you to know. I was just freaking out. I was like, you have to know this about these people. Because see, I love Ryan on a different level. I know you do too. Just like I love you, Foxy, on another level. You'll understand this. Y'all understand this. See, there's some things I don't even have to explain. But if you've already told him, yay!
Yeah, I kind of warned him a little bit about what was going on and why Jed came at him the way he did.
Oh,
I
oh
told him
yeah.
about the
Yeah,
dynamics of
Yeah.
her crew, and
yeah,
you
yeah.
know, just like Beyonce have her beehive, Conscious have her beehive, and some of her
But
beehive
see,
is just as functional as she is, and um,
yes.
and
And so mean.
she don't like nobody to contradict her. She don't like nobody to challenge her, and she's just like she brought up Cassie and then brought up Belcher so they could argue. And then she sat back and she was on there with Cassie talking about Belcher. But then when Belcher came on there, she was all nice and nicey to Belcher. Like she didn't have nothing to do with what was going on between her and Cassie. So that I have issues with that. If you're gonna be straight up with somebody, be straight up
Yes.
while they on there. Don't fake
Yes.
the funk. Wherever I go,
Ryan.
I don't fake the funk. I like you, I like you. If I don't, I move on to another
Yes.
channel. I ain't gonna bother with it.
Ryan,
Mm.
listen to what when Conscious tried to, I don't know, she just started, I don't know. I feel like she changed, but maybe she didn't. I don't know. Because, see, I was a subscriber. We got up every morning. But see, she was on some different, we were all talking about our gardens, and it was very little bullshit at all. Really none. I didn't feel like. We all made fun of Jed. It was just like, whatever, and we just, got on that train. But whenever
Hmm.
she switched and she started talking terrible about me, but I mean, Trina, I think, is the biggest one that, and I know you know how to handle Trina, but the way she talked to Grace, I'm moderator for Grace too, and she's younger, and I know Foxy, Foxy, how old are you?
63. I'll be 64 in August.
All right, girl, because
Oh,
I can't.
awesome.
You are so beautiful. I can't tell. I was like, what is she?
Mm.
I can tell she's 35 or in her early 50s. I can't. Your picture, you're just gorgeous.
Thank you
Okay,
so much.
so I'll be 61 in November.
All right now.
Oh,
Yeah, right. My picture's good, doesn't it?
Yeah, girl. Yeah, girl.
I don't,
We the young 40s.
oh, I know. I've already heard that. Yeah, I already heard that. But what I wanted Ryan to understand is that whole, the whole bunch of conscious because I know he was warned and he was confused about it. He was like, "Well, somebody warned me about conscious," and I was like, "Oh yeah, Ryan, rainbow flag over here waving, Ryan." I
oh,
just didn't. Well, because see his sexuality too. See, he rides the fence.
oh, you
Uh,
mean Jed, you're saying?
yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah, yeah. Well, no, I mean, unfortunately, yeah, our little Harvey group, we were already sort of confused because Judd had said he wanted to come help in Harvey, but then a few months ago, then he made his live and said he met with Clark, and Mayor Clark was really a good man after all, and he didn't see any injustice in Harvey, and he asked his followers, well, where should I go next? So we were confused, by that, but I mean, whatever. I just my view all along has been like I'm not going to control. I can't control who's going to say what or do what. I mean, these are all
no,
public
no,
meetings, whatever.
no,
But
no,
now I know for sure that yeah, no, Ted's definitely working with the mayor. So
Well, see,
it's
I was
disappointing.
there. I was thinking he was gonna come there and rah to help out like he did with Dalton and Flint.
Yeah,
And then
I'm surprised he didn't show up. Yeah,
but then when they got outside and he's talking about y'all don't understand, there's a bigger picture. The comptroller is stealing from you. No, Jed, that's incorrect. There are
that part
documents.
too.
That was a
That
yeah.
part
lie
No,
too.
I
because
totally disagree with that. I
Misinformation.
remember reviewing that video. Yes, yes. And when he was
you
talking
know
about that, it's like, no, that's
that
not a scam.
auditing, that audit. Okay, he got to
Go
understand
ahead.
Harvey owes so much money to the comptroller that they're not
Right,
taking. Look, they can come in and just take the whole grant and not give you nothing, but that comptroller is not doing that. She's just taking a portion of it
right.
to pay on the debt, and they're giving the rest to the town because they know they need it. But
Oh,
you're
okay.
going there telling them that they're stealing from you when they're not. They owe.
No, it's
Harvey
not.
is in debt, way in debt with comptroller.
Well, but
And
the thing is, everything that Jed's been saying so far is just a lot of the information is only information he could have gotten by speaking with Clark. And
Right.
also it's just
See?
it's a lot of distraction because, well,
And
what a lot of us were shocked to see is that the day, last week when Colby was arrested, after she went into the station, we were all, like some of the media was there, some of us were videotaping, but it was more of like, hey guys, like let's fight against the bullying, fight against the injustice. We're gonna stick together for Kobe. And then all of a sudden, it really stood out because then Jed was like, hey everybody, look here, it's about me, and it was just like it didn't fit.
let's see, I thought he was going to come there too for injustice. And my thing is, this is how I felt about the whole situation. You got Clark over here bullying the people. They're asking for help. You supposed to come
Hmm.
in and help them. You bullying the people. So who is the people going to look towards if everybody's bullying them?
Right, right, right. Yeah,
So
and really at
so
this point,
that's not cute. That's
I
not
don't
cool.
even think that that's like I said, I don't even really watch the a lot of other people's videos about Harvey just because we live here. We know what the issues are. Like we don't need anybody from out of town to come in and tell us, well, this is what you really should be concerned about. Like, okay, but we know the issues better than anyone. That's why I made it a point last night. We did there were only a few people on. It was me and Crook. I don't know who else, but we just did a brief overview of how the media covered Monday. And I said I was disappointed because I know everybody's still getting acquainted with the basics of Harvey, but I don't want it to be another Thornton Township or Dalton where it's drama between like let's say Clark and Colby. So far, that seems to be what they're picking out, and then everything else was getting ignored. And it's like, oh, but we don't want it to be another thing where let's get everybody riled up to hate Tiffany, and now like Tiffany's gone, and like Burgundy Blue said last night, she said, well, a lot, not a lot has really changed in Dalton. Like they don't have the audits, they still don't really know where the money's going. There's still so many unanswered questions, and that's what happens when you just get people worked up in a frenzy about like a story that is sensational, but you don't actually ask the hard questions to figure out, well, what's going on and how can we fix it?
Well, you got to understand, I already told everybody, it's not going to, everybody think because Tiffany gone, it's going to be, everything going to perfectly work out. No, they got to do a lot of investigating. They got to do a lot of digging. They got to do a lot of research to find out where the money went, what has happened to Harvey. I mean, not Harvey, Dalton, where what has she done? You got to get the people to trust Dalton again. It's a lot to it than just thinking that because Tiffany gone, everything's going to happen with a snap of a finger. Just like if you get rid of Clark, there's a lot of things you are going to have to rebound from
Right.
because
That
of what he's done. So you
right.
got so
That's why I don't want people to focus like there a lot of it, it's for various reasons, but part of it is because I understand, the mainstream media, their job is to get people excited about stories so that they get viewers and money, advertising money. Um, but the issue is I do want people to understand the issues, because if you just make it about one person and make that one person evil, and then just get rid of that one person, there's a whole like who are the puppet masters behind the scenes. How did those people get in there? Who's really controlling things? Where's the money going? You have all those questions are way more important than just ooh, look at abusive man coming after woman, or like with Tiffany, it's like, ooh, woman is so loud and out of control. And it's like, okay, so what, are you going to interview her because she curls her hair different today? Like, that is not substance. We need substance. We need to figure out, well, where's the money, and you know who's getting hurt? How can we stop that? So
but
that's
see,
what I want to see. And
okay,
I'm
let me
hoping that
explain
the
something to you what they're
YouTubers will
doing.
help with that.
Okay, let me explain something to you. They're doing all of that because they're bringing to light people to, okay, the news media going to bring in the big wheels that's going to start looking more so in what's going on there than the local or us YouTubers. The big wheels, like the governor, the attorney general, the comptroller, because of Lori Lightfoot and because of what's going on, and they just got a new comptroller. Y'all just got a new comptroller. Now it's bringing to light what's going on. Now that's why she's looking at all the Southland. Okay, if Dalton was behind, who else is behind? So now they're going to look at all the areas in Southland or see how many mayors have got over, with the cities being in debt. Because they owe the IRS. Well, comptroller is the local IRS, the state IRS. So you got to look at, okay, so how much money has been not coming into us? So that's why y'all so far in debt, because the comptroller before wasn't on the ball and wasn't on point. So now you got a comptroller that is on point. It's like, okay, wait a minute, all these people got away with this. Y'all been in debt for so long because they didn't have a comptroller that was doing their damn job. Now you got one that's doing a damn job. It's hurting y'all to a certain degree because now they got to do their job. So to keep from erasing everything from you and keep you from, taking all your money, because that's why they're going after the grant, because he's still not paying like he's supposed to. And he's blaming it on the treasurer. The treasurer can't pay like she's supposed to for y'all because they done locked her out from getting the information that she
All right.
needs to do
Yeah,
her
true.
job.
She doesn't
So
know anything about what's going on.
right,
Yeah,
so she
well,
can't do her job to
Clark will
tell the
do
comptroller
anything except answer about where the money is. That's
and
the
say
bottom line.
she can't do her job because she's not getting the information that she needs. And so they can't pay the comptroller the same way as Tiffany was doing with the trustees. They can't pay the bill or have the bill paid because
Can
they
you
don't
guys
know what
still hear
Tiffany
me?
was doing.
Can y'all still hear me?
We can still
Yes.
hear you. So
Yes.
he's doing the same thing that Tiffany was doing. He's not paying the bill. Look, he haven't paid the county for the dogs and
Well,
stuff.
the
And then he ain't
difference
paid the
is though,
taxes. What else
remember
he haven't paid?
Clark has the majority. So technically he has control over all the money. He just doesn't want to tell us where it's going. So they do pay bills, but it's like they pay the bills they want to pay.
That's what I'm
And
saying. What bills has he not paid? And that's
yeah.
one of the okay. He done gave himself a big old raise, which you done showed that he done gave himself a big old raise. Now to
Oh yeah.
accommodate that raise, who's not getting paid? Now you got to think
Mhm.
about that. What bills are not getting paid for him to give himself that big old bonus of a raise?
Right.
So
Exactly. Yeah.
that there's
Okay, you
more
guys,
in.
I've got one more
in
question.
okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I
Oh
know
yeah,
I'm
go ahead,
butting
Laura.
in. I've just got one more question.
Hmm.
Okay, now I know that Crook is one of conscious moderators.
Oh yeah, maybe? Yeah.
Oh
I don't
yeah, I
know.
know.
Do you mod for Conscious sometimes? Yeah, I
Me?
No,
no,
Cook.
Crook. I was gonna say, yeah, maybe I think I have seen him on Conscious's show before. Oh, excuse me.
Now he
My
said
Foxy.
his Cook County Roundtable. It's the same Cook. Now, just like
yeah.
it did with
Mhm.
you, there's a there was somebody created a Laura Rec and created another page. So it did, is it Cook County or Cook County Roundtable? See, there might be a Cook County that might be her
Oh
moderator, but not Cook
no,
County
no, no.
Roundtable.
It's the same Crook. Yeah, it's the
Yeah,
same guy.
it's the same one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I mean, Brian.
Oh yeah.
That's my
Oh no, that's
question.
fine though. Like I
And,
I don't have any problem with Conscious or
but
the people that are on the show.
conscious, you're not
I've
in
never
her.
had a problem. The only problem was that Jed, I guess, got angry that I was talking to Conscious, and I'm like, I don't have time for this. Like, we're trying to help people. I don't have time for the little drama of, well, I'm mad because you can't talk to this person because I don't like them, and it's like, no, no. If someone wants
Oh
to help with
no.
heart, I'll talk to
Well,
them.
no, I just say it like this. Everybody has their own channels. Everybody can go on whatever channel they want to. If you don't like the way this person speak, then you can go ahead and leave that channel and go on to somebody else.
Right, right,
But
My
exactly.
wait,
my
But
thing
Christopher.
is
don't
don't.
tell me like that's why I said in the live, I said, well, Jed, you have my number, just give me a ring. But don't tell anybody like you can't talk to Susie because she brought the same lunch as I did the other day. And so
Okay,
now
here's the
no one
thing
talks
though.
to Susie. We're not friends anymore. It's like, okay, well, if
When I just
you know,
what I want to do is what
I don't
I
have
was
time.
doing is you make up your own. I give you the information, just like I was giving information about a YouTuber that I was on his channel, and and the
Right,
person gave me the information, and I told them, okay, thank you for. But I observed them for myself, and I found out what they said was true. So I
right,
had to, had to partner with that person, to save my insanity, my sanity, and my reputation, because I've been on so
right.
many different pages, and I don't want that person's reputation to cause me any
I was
problems.
gonna say, I know that's gotta happen a lot to you, Foxy.
uh,
Mm,
Believe it or not, it has not. Nobody has really came at me at all, Laura. Nobody really,
Oh,
um, because I don't get
thank
involved with
God.
I don't get involved with a drama. If I see there's gonna
right,
be a lot of drama going on, I excuse myself out. I might pop in every now and then if you got a certain topic that I'm interested in that might help me to know more what I need to know to maybe help somebody. I might pop
right,
in and be in the bushes. But as far as me getting on there and commenting on what they're saying, no, I'm not going to do all of that, because if
Mm,
I know that you're about drama, I'm not going to get on there because I don't want
right,
conflict.
right. That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
Yeah, I get
next question. Shanita Lanier is her last name.
it.
Yeah, Shanita
Foxy.
has
I
been
don't
on
know
quite
who
a
that
few
is.
of them. She's been
You
on
know who
quite
I'm
a
talking?
few channels.
Okay, well, I don't think you were there. I think it was either last night or night before in Martin's chat when she went on.
No, I wasn't on there.
Girl, she
Well, we had Common Sense and Trina. They went at each other last night. It was bad.
Oh,
We had,
really?
and I had it. Look. I have
Wait,
this
who?
guy no Trina Downs and Common Sense got into it on our chat last night. Um,
Damn.
we did our OTR and we were commenting about
I don't
Harvey
remember
and what was
who.
going on. And they got on
From
there and
Common
Trina
Sense.
got on there and we ignored Trina. Trina don't go but so far on our channel. Cause Minion done talked to her, so she don't come on there rah rah on our channel.
Okay,
But
so you're
Common
talking
Sense came
about
in. But
when
Common
you're on there with Minion and
I said what I said.
yes.
So
Yeah,
Common
yeah.
Sense came on there. Trina came on there, and and we was all saying, "Hey, Trina, what's up, girl?" And see, me and Minion done had a talk with her one day, and we cool. She know
Oh, okay.
she come on our show, and she's not the rah rah rah. Well, Common Sense came on there, and Common Sense called her a crazy ass bee, and it went from there.
Oh
I
boy.
love it. I love
So
it. Well,
well,
she's wonderful.
I had a my mod is Justin, and Justin, my mod was on there with me. So
Good.
I sick my mod on both of them, and I said, Justin, handle that. He said, I got you. I'm here. I said, all
I
right,
love
thank
it.
you, Justin, and we went on back to our show because it was making I said what I said
Well,
uncomfortable because she was sharing her
yes.
channel too, and
Yeah.
she didn't want that
Right,
on
right,
her
right.
channel for her people to see that. But
No,
okay, but
nobody
it
wants to see that.
but it didn't go on her channel because she's not a friend on her channel.
But
Mm.
So,
guess
but
what?
I
You
don't.
guys,
But
this is the funniest thing that's ever happened with Trina. Ryan, you will laugh so hard. Foxy, you may already know because common sense has told it. I don't dare say a word about it. We were on her live. I guess it was back when we were still cool with Conscious and everybody. I don't know. We were on her live one night and Common Sense was on there. Ryan, it's much like right now you're relaxing on your couch and whatever. Girl, she fell asleep. Me
common
and
sense.
Common, yes, me and Common stayed on there for like 30 minutes, just me and him and her snoring her MFGD ass off.
Who Trina?
Oh, that's funny.
Yes. Yes. We stayed on, yes. She snored and just made the offer. Me and Common Sense just were fucking
Oh,
having
that's
the
funny.
best time.
Well,
And
Well,
then
and that,
Trina does
we
make
just
me laugh. It's just sometimes she gets carried away, but
well, but see, it embarrassed
does
her.
have she has a lot of good insights at times.
yeah,
You know.
and see,
I can't listen to
I
her.
told
She's
her,
too toxic.
I told her, see, when you go rah rah rah, I said I tool you out. I come out. I said, but this is the Trina I like. She was calm, she was cool, and she gave a lot of insights that we needed.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
She, yeah.
and she does, and she has a lot of information, and a lot of insight of what's going on because she used to work for Dalton, so she
Right,
knows a lot of what's going on.
Right.
So
right.
I was cool with her, but and so last night I said, okay, Trina, don't. I said, Carmen, Trina, let's not go there tonight. Let's not go there. Trina stopped. Carmen kept going, and
Oh,
I kept saying, Carmen, stop.
is Common a boy or a girl?
I don't know. I kept saying common sense, stop, 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 common
Right.
sense,
Yeah, yeah.
stop.
See, that's
And
what's
she
like,
kept
no,
going
let's
on,
not
which I
fight.
knew it was
Let's
going to
not
hype
fight.
Trina back up, which it did,
Let's
and it
not
hyped Trina
fight,
back up.
children.
And it hyped her back up again, which Trina
Yeah,
started
yeah.
coming back at her.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
The lady that was just mauled.
Oh,
So
was it me?
when that
Oh, yeah. You
happened,
should wait. Play this a little bit because I want you guys to see a little bit of. This is how Tyrone behaved on Monday. Look how
Is
unresponsive.
that
And
that
lost her
child molester?
ankle. That was in his ward right here.
And look, he has nothing to say. See how he just stands there. Oh, there's
Is
Regina.
he the child molester?
Yep.
The ancestors are crying. Look at you.
He
Elder. Call
he
yourself
looks
an
so
elder.
creepy to me.
Shame on
and
you.
that's
Shame on
the
you.
lady that was talking to Jed was
Silent all
Kobe's
of that.
godmama.
Silent. Nothing
It
but
was
the
who?
people. These are your
That lady
people
right
out
there
here.
is Kobe's godmama.
These are your
Oh,
Right.
people. These are your people. Yeah, they voted for you. Somebody did.
Ooh, She said somebody did. Ooh.
But
And that one,
I
and
was
that
trying
one,
to get them to answer too. I was like, come on, you guys always have something smart to say,
Shame on you. Shame on you.
yeah, they do.
But yeah, they had nothing.
Now, who's the young guy?
These are your people out here.
You're a zombie, put it there.
These are your people.
Ryan, who's the young guy? Who's that guy
These
right
are
there?
your people out here.
You're a zombie, put
Which
it there.
younger guy? The guy in the red shirt?
No, the guy right beside him, beside Tyrone. Ain't he the one that?
Oh,
Ain't he one
to
of the
his right,
aldermen?
that's Dominique Randall L. So he's the 5th Ward alderman. So they both love to just talk and say a whole bunch of stuff in those meetings when they're up there with Clark, when
Yeah,
they
they
feel all
do.
confident. But you notice in front of the people, they have nothing to say.
Yeah, they was like little mouse.
Did you
Yeah.
guys see that part where
Nothing but the people. These are your people out
who's
here.
that girl that hangs out with
These are
Jed
your
that
people. These are your people. Yeah,
looks
they
so
voted for
scary
you.
in her eyes?
Somebody did.
She's kind of skinny. You know who I'm
Oh
talking
yeah.
about?
I
Who
know
who are
exactly
you
what you're
asking
talking about.
about? Who?
The young lady that hang out with Jed. She supposed to be one of his INA or
No,
something.
I don't know who those people are. No.
Yeah, he
Right,
came in with
right.
his goons.
Somebody did. Maybe not.
But he just cracks me up. Like, look, Tyrone.
Why you
He's
can
literally
say
just standing
amen to
there
the
staring
mayor,
at the
but why
face.
can't you talk to us?
This is one of the alders. He said silent while an elderly black woman was sold for $2,000 to the company of the Jay-Z. What's the name of it? You
Like,
guys?
He's standing
totally
there
useless.
with his chalk I call it chalk driven hairdo.
Right. It's like, anyway, he cracks me up.
Oh,
Say something.
They
Right.
Like cowards.
And then you are allowed the older woman to be arrested because she spoke up. Who are you,
The
sir?
whole time.
Look at
You are silent.
The mayor get criminated. You can't.
they can take our money, but they have
He's a coward now.
he's a
Mhm.
cowardly bastard. Yes. He said
yeah.
he's a cowardless bastard. I said, ooh, ooh. Yeah, look, I was out there going, ooh, 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 ooh.
Yep. They're horrible. No, they really are. Oh my gosh, you guys, I have to go. I'm exhausted.
Okay. And
But
oh
I
Laura
thank you
Dawn,
guys for
Cook
joining.
County, it's good to hear your voice.
Oh yeah, Crook, did you want to share anything too before we go?
Cook.
Yeah, we're here for tonight. Yeah. Appreciate
What'd
y'all.
you say?
I said we should be good for tonight.
You all right,
Okay.
Cook?
Yeah, I was dozing off a little bit.
Uh-huh. I thought so.
You're tired. I know. That's what I'm
Mhm.
getting too.
You
And
know I'm a pick with you, Cook. Now that I got look, I hear the voice with the person now. You know I'm a pick with you. You better follow my channel and you better subscribe.
So,
well, you know, Foxy's she's my bad influence. I said if I talk to you, Foxy, I'll be up till like 4 a.m. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm a bad
You're the
influence.
night owl.
Yeah, I'm a bad influence. I done retired now from 35 years of the federal government, so I'm a night owl now.
That's okay. Now we know who to call at night if we can't sleep or something's going on. We know who's gonna be up.
That be me. That would be me.
And Laura, thank you for coming.
Thank you,
for coming on.
Laura. You know you my girl. You my girl. And Cook.
all
We
right,
lost you.
Fox.
Look, you my dude. You my dude.
All
Now.
right, Ryan.
You my dude, Crook. You my dude.
Okay, guys.
All right, folks.
Yes, thank
All
you,
right,
Crook. You
folks.
are the best mod. You guys all have a wonderful sleep and a wonderful night, and we'll talk hopefully tomorrow.
All right.
Okay. Good night.
Good night.